Was Bert telling us the whole time about Tom in small increment notes here? I can't imagine that Bert didn't know something was up, because like he's told us for years now that him and Tom are best friends, and they have no secrets. But Bertie boy, what do we know about him? We know that he can't keep a secret and won't keep a secret. God love him. So with that, here we are once again, as I dig into the darkest moment of someone's personal life where they're going through a lot in their family, and I try to talk about it in a respectful way. Really, let's see if Bertie boy was telling us the whole time that he knew something about Tommy the whole time, and now that it's happened, he can't wait to tell us. And by the way, when the hell did Jelly Roll enter our world with these two? Ew. So I want to be totally transparent with you where I'm at. I don't want to lie to you guys. The channel's growing. I really appreciate it. This is totally insane. Thank you, everyone. Now, enough with the smushy gushy stuff. So what you need to know about me is that I have been listening to Two Bears, One Cave since it essentially started, what was it, In the Cove, Out of the Cove days? It was right there in that moment. And I've been watching Your Mom's House for, God, I don't know, years now, way before. Obviously, it's a really old show. So with that, Tom and Christina are like family almost to me and my wife. We know them. We watch Your Mom's House every week, the clips. We love their family. They are our favorite famous people. But as many of you, it's sad to say this, but we started to notice the transition here in the past 2 years with Tom. And it's been getting worse. It's been getting thicker. The aroma that's been coming out of the kitchen is not tasty. And that aroma is the manosphere, baby. It's not good, but that's not us. I, like most of you, enjoy just a simpler way of life. Be who I want to be and do what I want to do. Simple things. Now, one big shift that I think a lot of us saw here with Two Bears, One Cave was when Bert and Tom started to hang around Jelly Roll. And to be honest, when this started to happen, to me this felt personal. It felt like mixed company. I was like, Jelly Roll? I mean, I'm thinking, yeah, he's a nice guy. I can't really say I'm a fan of his music. It sounds like nails on a chalkboard to me. I'm being nice. Really, I am. I could go harder. I'm insecure, trust me. But I think a lot of us were like, okay, good for Jelly Roll losing weight and hanging out with two funny guys. One's getting in shape and one is in and out of getting in shape while eating buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken and drinking vodka because they think it's healthier. Okay, makes sense. But what just happened a few weeks ago in Jelly Roll world? If you don't know, the guy just got a divorce. And from what we're hearing, it was mutual, whatever, okay. Jelly be getting a divorce, player. Now I need you to know, I don't hate any of these people. And when I say people, I mean Tom and Bert. And the goddess, the sweet goddess herself, Christina P. But digging into the details of someone who's listened to Two Bears, One Cave now for years, and Your Mom's House, essentially, I didn't miss a week. I know. Ugh, I'm a nerd. I'm obsessed. Listen, I like what I like, okay? What do you want? I can't help that Bert and Tom have become cringe. If you were there for the first 50 episodes of Two Bears, One Cave, it was a lot different, okay? It was funny, goofy. They were both fat and funny and just eating terrible. It's not my fault that it's turned into manosphere culture. It's been hard for me these last few years, and now it's all come to a head. So digging into the dirt with Bert and what we've caught on podcasts. Now, I'm going to be honest with you because I want to be transparent here. I don't listen to Bert's podcast. I don't know if he does anymore, to be honest. I guess I should have looked that up. That would have been the most, that would have been very adultish and good for information, but I didn't do that. Now, I used to listen to it, but it just didn't keep my attention. Well, okay, that's fine. But watching Bert on other podcasts, especially Two Bears, One Cave, when there's a guest and Tom's out and Bert's talking to someone, or Bert has been on some other podcasts that I've caught, he talks about Tom openly, and it does seem like, okay, maybe this is a little behind the curtains conversation, and he talks about the people that Tom has been hanging around with and how Tom acts and how he's changed so dramatically. Now, I've seen a lot of people in the comments go, well, Tom has been hanging around Rogan too much, he's trying to be Rogan 2.0, and who knows? I mean, there could be some truth to that. Obviously, I do think friendships can influence dramatically lately. And, if you've been in the YMH world here the last year, then you may not know a lot of the past history. And that's the real kicker here, where, Your Mom's House is not a new podcast. I mean, it has been around for a long time. I mean, I remember when it was just really Christina and Tom sitting across or right beside each other on a desk that looked like it was filmed in their bedroom on terrible cameras, and just starting their life. They were really nobodies. No one knew who they were, but it was a fun show. It was a great show. And then it morphed into bigger and better things, but then it really changed over these last 3-4 years. Really the key point, obviously, and maybe I've already brought this up, but the key point of time really is when Tom fell and had his injury and broke his hand, pelvis, head, ear, I don't know, all the stuff he did. Terrible incident. And we all felt bad for him, but it was also hilarious. And he did what we thought was hilarious. He made fun of it in a self-deprecating humor, and it's great. And, obviously Your Mom's House, Tom and Christina's humor is self-deprecating. And I think that's where, if you like that, which we do, because a lot of us probably have childhood trauma. That's why we're fans of theirs. But that was the key point when a lot of things started to change with Tom right then and there. I mean, he was the key pillar that just kind of shifted dramatically. He obviously went through a point of healing, and then he went through a point of just working out, getting stronger, and it was like, oh, what? This is really inspiring. This is great. And there were a lot of great stories that came out of that. Even thinking about back on the podcast, I remember that story of when Bert had to take Tom back, or take him from the hospital back to the house, and they had to get a taxi cab, and it's a really funny story. But it really is sad, because I guess that's it. When you really think about it, that's really it. Now that I'm literally thinking about this openly in front of everybody, we've lost that. We've lost the friendship of those two just hanging out, because that's where we were getting a lot of the great stories of Two Bears, One Cave, when Bert and Tom were really just hanging around each other and doing life. And those stories were just so funny. I mean, even from the Kool-Aid episode to the one I just mentioned, and a bunch of other ones, those were the moments that we just fell in love with these two, even if you didn't agree with one of them, or one of them drove you nuts, in just the constant back and forth of, Bert losing weight, gaining weight, stop drinking, whatever he's doing. We fell in love with these guys, but, a lot did change with both of them, but especially Tom. So it's interesting. And, I don't want to harp on it too much. This will be a place of where, a year from now, no one really is talking about the divorce. They're talking about what Tom's doing. He'll probably have a new special. Christina, they'll both be doing their own thing. I mean, a year from now, we could be talking about one of them being in a new relationship. I seem to think, I bet it'll be a lot sooner. I'm sure Tom will have a new girlfriend here very soon, if he doesn't already have one. But, that would be a hot topic if he brought that out next. But you think the hate talk's hot now? Woo-wee, Tommy. So what have we learned, friends? Not a thing. The story is still going on right in front of us. It's sad at the end of this, really. It's a piece of my life, your life. If you did love the show, Your Mom's House, I didn't want to lose. I'm going to miss YMH. There's a part of me that wants all this to be one big joke. But sadly, I don't think it's a joke at this point. This is actually happening. So as time goes on, we'll see what the next steps are with each of them, Tom and Christina. I really do hope the best for them. I like them. But yeah, in a way, it does feel like watching two friends get a divorce. And while you're talking junk with the other one, about the other one, you're just agreeing with the one and going, I know, aren't they just the worst? And then the next day you meet with the other one and do the exact same thing. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're just gossiping. But people love gossip. What can you do? I don't know. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone.